This is Barry from Worthington Distribution, and today we're going to cover OmniTouch 7 template customization using BitWise Project Editor. Part 2 will explain how to customize the templates that you extracted in the previous video. The 8th section is going to cover the temperature pages. For the temperature pages, you'll notice that we have two different pages here. We have temperature 1, and then we have temperature 1 details. Temperature 1 is going to be basically a page with the list of thermostats, as well as having some controls for the currently selected thermostat. If you have more than one thermostat, what you're going to want to do is make multiples of these pages, because when the homeowner clicks on a specific thermostat, it's going to change the controls for the currently selected one, and then be able to click on this thermostat for more details, and that's what the thermostat details pages are. Okay, so now we're going to get into the thermostat pages themselves. If we right click on temperature 1 and select edit, we're going to see our interface here. We have the name of the thermostat, current temperature, what mode it's in, auto, off, heat or cool, our hold state. Now where this is important is if the hold is on the thermostat, none of these controls here and none of the controls in the details page are going to actually do anything, because the thermostat is just going to ignore them. What we're going to have to do is, in our automation programming for our Omni, is create a button that can turn the hold on or off, and then we can add that to the interface. That way we can ensure that the homeowner can select hold off and then move the controls up and down, or go into the details and change the modes. You have your heat set point, current heat set point, and then you have up and down, your cool set point, and you have up and down. If you look here where the P is, that gives us our command, but it's also got a green background behind it. If we go ahead and look at the properties of that button, we see that right here is checked where it says repeat action while held, so that way if they're setting a temperature, they don't have to just keep tapping it, they can just hold down, and that'll do our heat up command on the Omni. This information here, as I said previously, will be for this thermostat, since we only have one thermostat. When we add multiple thermostats, we can have this information up to, it looks like about 4 we can fit on there. The name, the temperature, a button here that will change the temperature page, so like the second thermostat would change temperature 2, and that would make these controls active for thermostat 2. Once you start copying pasted pages, you just have to be sure that you change the commands and all these labels and feedbacks to the proper thermostat. If you go on to properties here, you'll see that since we're already on this thermostat, it's actually going to load a little pop-up warning saying, if you're already on the current selected temperature page, please select a different thermostat. What we want to do is, when we go into create the copy in the second page, we're going to change this to the second thermostat and then make the first thermostat point at the first page. We'll get into pop-ups a little bit later on. The details page is going to take us to our temperature details page, and that'll be the next section that we go into. The thermostat details page is where we're going to show the full information for the thermostat. So here we have our mode, we have our different modes listed, we have our fan state. If we right click on these buttons and select properties, you can see that our feedback state ID says thermostat heat. For cool, it's going to say thermostat cool. What it's going to do is, when you change modes, the feedback is going to change the button that's got the little highlighted side over here to the one that of the current state of the system. You have your current temperature. If you're using an RC2000, you have your current humidity here, and then you have your set point buttons. Once again, this would probably be a place where you'd want to add that button for the hold on and hold off, which would then trigger the user button in the Omni programming, because the thermostat's going to ignore anything you do here unless the hold is off. That being said, the details page, you're going to have to again create one for every thermostat, so that way when they select details, they're going into the proper one, and then go ahead and update it for that unit. So that's it for the thermostat pages, and then we'll move on to the next section. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please call us at 800-282-8864 or email us at bitwise@worthdist.com.